Hello my friends, welcome to Clarity in the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel I like to share all of my crazy emotional and physical ups and downs that I am facing on my lifelong battle against obesity. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like this video on the way in and subscribe for more videos like this one to inspire you. To get started,
let's be in the present. I don't wanna sweat it. I just wanna start all over. Just wanna start all over. All over.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I am so glad that you stopped to check in on me for my week 17 of my GLP-1 journey. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tammy. I'm a 51-year-old mother of 9 who has been on a weight loss journey for pretty much forever. I've been morbidly obese for most of my adult life. It has been a lifelong struggle. Most recently, I lost over 200 pounds using a ketogenic diet, which is where YouTube came in because I really wanted to share what I was doing because I thought it was the ultimate answer for everyone and that everyone was going to be cured by keto. It was going to fix everyone's problems and we would all be thin. That's not how it worked out. Things I have learned recently is that obesity is a lifelong condition and that there is no cure. I am going to be facing this problem for my entire life, and most people who have spent their lives yo-yoing up and down on their weight are probably in the same boat. Last week, I talked a lot about the science of how GLP-1 medications work and why I decided to start taking them, and the science is brilliant and it makes me feel so much better about myself. Now, that all being said, I recorded a 14-minute video just a minute ago and I deleted it because I'm not really in the headspace to film a video. As you can see, the sun is kind of getting low in the sky. It will probably go down before I finish this video up. I'm trying madly to get it done before my entire background is, dark and ugly. But I'm just really not in a good headspace. I'm going to do a shortened version of the ornery wine fest that I did in the last video that I deleted, and just suffice it to say, this is my home. This is my safe space. On this channel, we don't do aesthetic. I am not perfect. I am not a teacher mentor, though I do know a lot of things and I love sharing them with you and helping you guys. That is not the purpose of this channel anymore. I am not the guru. I am not the one with all the answers. I am not the person who does everything right. If you are coming here to get inspired by somebody who always does everything right and tries to get you inspired to do the same, you are not in the right place. I don't eat the healthiest food all the time. I do not exercise most of the time. I despise exercise and have yet found anything besides clogging that fulfills my need for exercise and also my need to do anything at all. And that's just what I'm going to say about that. And so I just want to say this is my home. And I appreciate all of you who come here, watch my videos, and have something positive to say to uplift me. Because I am just a regular mom, regular person trying to make this happen, trying to be successful, and sharing that with you guys in the hopes that seeing someone who struggles, someone who isn't perfect, someone who doesn't have the best aesthetic, someone who's disorganized and chaotic, someone who struggles with mental health issues, someone who has autism and ADHD and all of the things, actually maybe make this happen. And you can see what I do so that maybe you can feel inspired to make it happen for yourself. That is the only thing I'm trying to do here. And so when people criticize me or question me on why I do things the way I do them or why I don't do certain things, I'm gonna get defensive. I cannot help it. And people are always shocked when I do, because I think when I come on here with my cute little dimples and my smile and I'm happy and I'm go Tammy, they think that I'm just like this super nice person and that I can handle constructive criticism or whatever just because I'm on the internet. Well, that isn't true. I cannot. I literally cannot. It's not the first time I've said it on here. I guess it's just I'm due for another reminder. I know we had one just a couple months ago, and I just want to remind all of you that I am autistic, and my autism causes me to be demand avoidant and rejection sensitive. So when people question me, even if it's just a question, even if they think it's just a simple question, I will always take it negatively. I cannot help it, and I try so hard not to. I really, really, really do. And gosh, for like so long, I haven't had anything that really bothered me, but this week has been a barrage of frustrating things, culminating in today where this person decided that because I was mean to them for telling them to make YouTube videos and to sacrifice some of their exercise time to make videos for you guys because they're needed in the space and they should be doing what I'm doing, they got so offended and they said that they were going to report me to YouTube. Bless your heart. I don't think YouTube works like that, my friend. I hate to break it to you. But that's okay because, I get it. She asked a question. I got defensive. I'm rude. I'm aware. This is the reason I have no friends. It is what it is. I'm not always that way in real life, but when it comes to me or my children, I'm very, very defensive to perceived demand. So even if it's like, hey, you should have this, I'm always going to take it negatively. So for a little lesson, for those of you who maybe don't deal with people who have pervasive drive for autonomy, I think it's what it's called, or whatever you want to call it, pathological demand avoidance, which is the one I prefer because it sounds so freaking negative, because that's how it feels in my brain. It's freaking negative. It's if someone tells you you should do something, it's a perceived demand, and you go into fight or flight and you immediately start to fight back without any control. Like, you can't stop it from happening. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. And also couple that with rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which causes me to be extremely sensitive when people don't like me. It's a recipe for disaster in the comment section. And people are always shocked when I'm kind of a bee. But I am, though. Like, if you guys remember my negative neighbor story where the guy was like telling me, oh, do I look like the kind of guy that would put you in jail for not paying your fines that the neighbors caused you to have, And I said, do I look like a nice person to you? And he said, yes. And I said, I'm not. In all reality, when it comes to my home, my family, I can get really defensive. And I don't mean to sound mean. And I know you guys probably aren't meaning to sound judgmental or criticizing or demanding. But I am here to tell you that I am not asking for advice 99% of the time. I don't really want it. I'm doing the best I can with what I know, and I know a lot. I know a lot. And that's the hardest thing. It's like when people suggest things to me, it feels like being treated like a noob. I am not a noob. I am the furthest thing from a noob that exists. I am not a guru or an expert or a teacher because I don't want to be that. But I know as much as a guru, expert, or teacher. And so when someone says, you should blah, 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 or why aren't you blah, 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 I immediately get annoyed. And I'm sorry. So if this was you and you got kicked off of my channel and you can no longer comment, apologies. Why are you even here then? Like, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. It's okay. And I fit better on TikTok because people on TikTok are way more real than people on YouTube. On YouTube, there is a expected aesthetic and expected like teacher mentorship kind of contract that comes to watching a YouTube video, especially these long ones. And for me, that contract, I try to provide entertainment, interesting things to listen to, not just like come on here and say, well guys, it's week 17. This is how much I lost. This is how many inches I lost. This is how many my calories were. Yay, next week, bing. I mean, that's like a 60-second video. I'm here to like make you feel like you have a friend who understands what you're going through. And I, in turn, would like to receive comments that say such things as like, hey, thank you so much for being vulnerable. Hey, thank you so much for sharing your experience. Oh, wow, that's rough. I know someone that went through something like that, and this is what they did. That's the kind of advice that feels good. Hey, I tried this, and it really worked for me. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I tried that too. It didn't really work for me, but I'm glad that it worked for you. But instead I get a lot of, you should do X, Y, Z. And you know what? I'm never gonna respond well to you should. Like if there's a you should at the beginning of your sentence, the answer is going to be get the heck out. I'm not gonna react well. I can't. Because I am doing what I need to do and what I have determined I should do. And I don't want anyone telling me what I should or shouldn't do because I don't want it. I don't want it. And what's really ironic is that even if I was going to do it, because so-and-so said it, I ain't doing it. So if there's something you think I should do or could benefit from, think about how it comes across. Put it through ChatGPT. Say, I'm talking to someone with PDA autism and rejection sensitivity dysphoria from ADHD. How would I frame this in a way that would make them not react badly and that they would find it helpful? And then post that. Because I'll tell you what, ChatGPT, man, they know what they're talking about over there when it comes to that kind of thing. So, friendly advice. Okay, that was a much nicer way of talking about it than I did in the last one. So I'm glad I redid that because I feel really grumpy and like it's hard for me to come on here and be positive. And I'm so frustrated because like I am positive. Guess what, guys? If you made it through that rant, this was a great week. Like, I freaking killed it this week and I loved it this week and I'm happy about this week. I had 2 Nutcracker performances. I went to watch the Nutcracker. I went to watch another Nutcracker just last night. I didn't film all of that, but like I was in Nutcracker City. I finished up all my Nutcracker pictures. I delivered all the Nutcracker pictures. I didn't completely fall apart. I did my part on stage and it was amazing and I was gorgeous and beautiful and, you know, all of the things that I love so much about my personality worked. Nobody got mad at me, no ill feelings, which that's probably not a first, but like it's pretty rare for me to make it through an entire performance week without hurting somebody's feelings. Like I'm not even kidding. Like thank goodness for the GLP-1s because I am much more capable of dealing with stuff. But I will say that today is injection day, so it's wearing off. And I also will say that I did struggle a lot more with food noise and satiety issues this week than I have. This was my 7th week on 6.6 milligrams, and I think it's to the point where it's time to move up doses. And so on Saturday, I did have a booster dose of 2.2 milligrams, but even so, it didn't really kick in until today. No, it kicked in yesterday, I guess, technically. Monday. So it didn't kick in until Monday. Food-wise, but obviously mental health-wise, I'm still kind of struggling today. I'm still just kind of like in my feels. And that just could be like coming down from the high of a performance week. I usually need time to like do nothing. And I do not have time to do nothing. Even though I thought I would have time to do nothing, I don't have time to do nothing. And this whole back and forth interaction. Oh my gosh, I hate that the sun is going down. I should have done this sooner. Let me just adjust this light a little bit and see if we can't just like make my face look less hollow. Oh, that is a lot. That is too much. Can we not have somewhere in between lights? Can we not have somewhere in between, please? Let's just see. No, not really. Apparently not. That's about as good as it's going to get. I'll just move it up higher, I guess. All right, well, anyway, I have 2 lights, and I don't like my dirty blinds to be like my background. I like them when they're blown out wide, so it's frustrating me because I keep looking at that one and wishing I could go over there and open it, but I'm not going to do that because we're being real and vulnerable, and my blinds are gross. I apologize. I've had these same blinds since we moved in here 13 years ago, and they looked crappy when we moved in, so those are huge windows. I cannot afford to buy blinds. Like, that's the last thing on my list. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm saying that about. Why are we even talking about this? I don't know. Because it was Nutcracker week, and I need to recover, and I am running out of sunlight. Okay. Thank you for being at my Talk About Me talk. That's what this channel is about. And just so you know, like, if you don't like when I'm honest, and you don't like hearing me talk about my autism or my ADHD, and you think I'm making excuses, or you don't like hearing me tell my ghost stories, may I ask you to just kindly take off out of here? Because I love having 40,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think that's amazing. And there's really only about 2,000 of you, though, that actually watch the videos. And honestly, I'm here to build community. So if you're really annoyed by me, rather than telling me, you could just go. You know? You have that choice. Versus trying to make me even more miserable than I already am in my miserable brain that's already hard to deal with, in a life that I have built that is extremely chaotic and crazy and overwhelming and busy, and I can barely keep up with. I don't really have time to wallow in self-pity because one person didn't like that I don't do enough exercise in a week, or that I whine too much about problems I'm having with my children. Okay. We're almost to 18 minutes. That's usually about how long I rant before I tell you the results. Most people just skip the beginning, I guess. So if you skip the beginning, and if anyone wants to be kind enough to say, hey, at 15 minutes, she starts to actually talk about her weight loss, feel free to put and I'll pin it for you. Because like anyone who wants to help me out with that, please, let's just do that. So let us talk about the scale, because that was the best part of this week, besides dancing in the Nutcracker, guys. The scale was amazing this week. I'm not even kidding. Like, I've had a few rough weeks, and this was well needed. Okay, so I started out the week at 237.2. And then the very next day, 235.5. Then 235.9. And then, to my utter shock, 233.7. What now? That was the lowest from the week. But what now? I was just like, wait, what? I had to measure myself several times because I was like, is that right? And it was. And then the next day, 234.1, then 235, and then today again, 234.1. Whoa! This was a killer awesome week. So that makes my average for the week 235, and that puts me down 2.2 for the week average. If we go week to week, though, I'm down 3.1 this week, which is, I think, one of the biggest drops I've had since the beginning of this whole thing. Let me go back and find my list of how many pounds a week that I lost and see if there's any other weeks. Week 7. Yeah, week 7 I lost 3.1. Week 3 I lost 3.3. So there's only been a couple of 3-pound weeks this entire journey, which, it was really nice, especially because I was struggling with satiety and food noise, as I discussed earlier, feeling like the meds just weren't quite making it this week. And granted, that could be because I was literally overwhelmed performing in the Nutcracker, eating fast food because that was what I could do. I went out to eat so many times, I don't even know how many, to the point where I just don't even want to eat food at home anymore. Basically subsisted on Built Bars and fast food, and I apologize in advance for the vlog. But you know what? It is what it is. When you have weeks like that, you can't even think straight, let alone eat and cook healthy meals. Like, yeah. So my calories had crept up. And so let me just say, calories wise, 1536, 1597, 1512, 1637, 1751, 1488, and then 1037. That was yesterday. That was when my booster dose of 2.2 milligrams hit. And I was able to actually really lower my calories. Plus, I was super busy. I went to the Nutcracker again. And when I got home, it was like 10 something. And all I did was drink a protein shake for dinner. Granted, I did get 125 grams of protein in yesterday, which is impressive with 1,000 calories. So I'm proud of myself for doing that, even though probably wasn't the best day food-wise. So my average for the week was 1508, which is only up about 80 calories from last week and the week before. So really, it's not like terrible. But I felt like, the only way I can describe it is I felt like it was a battle to achieve the calorie deficit. I really want to be below 1,400. That's my ultimate goal right now. And as I get smaller, I'm going to lower that goal. So in another 10 pounds, I'm going to be down to like trying to get under 1,300, whatever. Like, as long as I can do that, but I don't really want to be in the 1,000-calorie days very often. Once or twice a week, I'm fine with that, especially if it's at the early part of the week and then I can make up for it later in when I'm more hungry towards the end of the week, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. So my average protein, though, was 148 for the week, which is the closest to 10% of my calories that I have hit in 17 weeks, which I wish we were on TikTok so I could make the cheer thing. Oh, guys, you're going to see the sunset at least. Look how cute it's starting to look out there. Do you see? I could turn my light up. Make it brighter. And maybe that'll make it darker. Ah, there we go. Yeah, see that? Look how cool that looks. You can almost tell. Utah's so pretty. Such a pretty sunset back there. All right, that light, though, is extremely bright. So let's chill it out a little bit. Where were we? Here? Yeah, that's good. All right. Anyway, this is the reason I don't want it to get dark, because it's very distracting to me. I should have just opened that window. I'm not thinking about it at all. Okay, yes, I am. My carbs average for the week. We can do this. We can do this. We can make this happen. My carbs average for the week was 100. Basically awesome. 47 for fat, basically awesome. And 24 for fiber, not so awesome. But you know what? Did the best that I can. I did struggle with constipation this week. Measurements, I lost a 1/2 inch in my bust and in my hips. I also a 1/4 inch on my left arm. Why is all of a sudden it's so bright? Probably because it's getting darker in the room, huh? By the second, until the point where we're literally going to be in the dark. So we got to tame the light down a little bit. There we go. That's better. I'll just keep adjusting it, and I'm sorry, we're going to be talking in the dark soon. Well, actually, we won't, because I'm pretty much done. That was all I had to say, I guess. I was really hoping to give you like this really fun, happy video about Nutcracker and how it went and how awesome it felt to be on stage and how great it felt to go shopping and buy a pair of size 14 linen pants that I'm wearing right now that fit beautifully and all of these other things. But because I am in a negative headspace, I just, that's suffice it to say, it was a good week. And I'll try not to let the negativity get to me. And I know that there's going to be like 50 billion people or so in the comments saying, you know, like, don't let the negative people get to you. Just kick them out, blah, 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 blah. I can't. It's not possible to not let them get to me. And it's also not possible to kick them out without first arguing because I need to say my piece, you know? And I apologize if you've gotten yourself banned from my channel. You can still watch the videos. You just can't say anything when I do that. And it's highly satisfying to me. So I will actually do that to you if you get into an argument with me. So I apologize in advance if that happens. Like, you know, I just told you. So, like, if you choose to do it, by all means, let's have a war. I know, it's awkward. I am awkward. I am an awkward person. I am. It is who I actually am. Sometimes I can pretend, and when I put the mask on, I can be the cute, happy, bubbly Tammi that everyone would never believe in a million years could ever say anything mean to any soul. And sometimes I really believe that I could be that person. But then the real Tammi comes out, and I am just really not super nice. Kind, yes. Empathetic, very. Care about other human beings so much. But when it comes to me and my family, criticism or any kind of negativity, the evil Tammi comes out. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is, friends. It is what it is. All right. Well, I gotta go because I still have to film the before and after for the vlog, and it's getting really dark. So I'll try really hard next week to not have a full-on emotional breakdown before it's time to record videos so that I can make them much more fun and enjoyable. But can you just like be like, woo, awesome, Tammi, you did a good job this week. You lost 3.1 pounds and that's amazing. For a total, by the way. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I didn't figure that out. Let's figure out the total just for funsies. 264.3 minus 234.1 equals 30! And 1/5. 30.2. 30.2 down in 17 weeks. Whoa! That's amazing. And I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy about it. So there you go. And I lost that much weight eating out, guys, on a week where I had to have a booster dose because it was not working. So I'm freaking proud of myself. And no, I did not exercise this week. Sorry. My dance class, I didn't go because I babysat my grandson. And I was exhausted from Nutcracker. And my walking pad, I looked at it yesterday and I really almost got on it. But I didn't. And I'm not apologizing for that. That's just what it is. I don't like it. I like the pool. Okay, we going now. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here. Love you all so much. Please come back to see the vlog because I am epic. And all the things. And I want to share it with you. So please watch it. Because if you guys don't start watching the vlog, I'm going to start putting these together again and making you watch it. So I'm not even kidding. I like doing it in 2 videos because it's just easier for me to manage time-wise. But like last week's vlog was abysmal in watch time. Abysmal. And it was such a good video. It was literally my birthday and Thanksgiving and my dress rehearsals and everything. Why didn't nobody watch that? Watch the vlog. Watch the vlog or I'll do the vlog first and you guys will have to have the data later. Is that a threat? I don't know. Only if you perceive it to be one. Okay, I really gotta go. Crazy Tammy's coming out. I love you guys. We'll talk to you all again soon.
From the past into the future, we don't need